I'm Carol and I'm limerent. This is with the help of AI, my concept of global limerence. This is in one of two parts. Global limerence, and then the second part will be how I deal with how it should be dealt with in my life. And the second part was looked up by my mentor Ani, but this part is looked up by myself. The idea of global limerence.
Global limerence, wanting humanity to approve of me or love me. An idea. The concept of global limerence can be understood as an extrapolation of the psychological phenomenon of limerence, where instead of focusing on a single individual as the object of infatuation or adoration, the focus shifts to humanity as a whole. This idea suggests that someone might experience an intense desire for approval, love, and validation from society at large or even from all of humanity. To explore this idea step by step, we must break it down into its psychological underpinnings, societal implications, and potential ways to address such feelings. 1. Psychological underpinnings of global limerence. Limerence is characterized by obsessive thoughts, emotional dependency, and a longing for reciprocation from a specific person. When this desire is generalized to humanity as a whole, it reflects a deep-seated need for universal acceptance and love. This could stem from several psychological factors. Attachment theory. Early childhood experiences with caregivers shape how individuals seek connection later in life. Someone with insecure attachment styles, e.g., anxious attachment, may feel an amplified need for external validation, which could manifest as seeking approval not just from close relationships but also from broader social groups or humanity itself. Self-worth and identity. A person's self-esteem often influences how much external validation they require. If someone struggles with low self-worth or lacks a stable sense of identity, they may look outward to find affirmation on a global scale. Social comparison and modern influences. In today's hyperconnected world driven by social media and global communication platforms, people are constantly exposed to others' lives and achievements. This can lead to heightened feelings of inadequacy or the belief that one must gain widespread recognition or approval to feel valued. In essence, global limerence could be seen as an exaggerated form of the human need for belongingness, a fundamental psychological drive identified by Maslow's hierarchy of needs. 2. Societal implications. The desire for universal approval has significant societal implications because it intersects with cultural norms, technology use, and collective behavior. Social media amplification. Platforms like Instagram, Twitter, now X, TikTok, and others encourage users to seek likes, shares, and followers,
or YouTube
metrics
even,
that symbolize societal approval. For some individuals prone to limerent tendencies toward humanity at large, these platforms can exacerbate their craving for validation on a global scale. Cultural expectations. Certain cultures place high value on communal harmony or collective achievement over individualism. In such societies, people may internalize the belief that being loved or approved by everyone is essential for personal worth. Activism and altruism. On a more positive note, global limerence might motivate individuals to engage in altruistic acts or activism aimed at benefiting humanity.
Having a life purpose.
The desire to be loved by all could translate into efforts like philanthropy or environmental advocacy, though these actions might still be rooted in personal emotional needs rather than purely selfless intentions. However, when unchecked or unbalanced, this yearning can lead to burnout from trying too hard to please everyone, resentment when approval isn't granted, or even disillusionment when realizing universal love is unattainable. 3. Managing global limerence. If someone identifies with the idea of wanting universal love or approval from humanity, and finds it distressing, they can take steps toward managing these feelings constructively. A. Cultivating self-acceptance. At its core, the craving for
Excuse me, I'm trying to find my place. The AI sometimes will just cut off after a certain point. What do you want for free? Hold on, I'm finding the place they lost button.
The craving for external validation often stems from internal insecurities. Developing self-compassion through practices like mindfulness meditation or cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, can help individuals build resilience against external judgment. B. Setting realistic expectations. It's important to recognize that no one can achieve universal approval. Even historical figures who contributed immensely to humanity faced criticism during their lifetimes. Accepting this reality can reduce the pressure associated with needing everyone's love. C. Living purposefully. As discussed earlier in relation to managing traditional limerence symptoms, living purposefully involves focusing on long-term goals rather than immediate gratification through external validation. By identifying meaningful pursuits aligned with personal values, such as creative expression or community service, individuals can shift their focus away from seeking constant affirmation. D. Limiting social media exposure. Reducing time spent on platforms designed around metrics like likes and followers can help mitigate feelings of inadequacy tied to public perception. E. Building authentic relationships.
Oh.
Rather than striving for broad societal approval, which is inherently impersonal, it may be more fulfilling to invest energy into cultivating deep connections with close friends and family members who provide genuine support. 4. Broader philosophical reflections. On a philosophical level, global limerence raises questions about human interconnectedness in an increasingly globalized world. Is it inherently bad to want humanity's love? Not necessarily. This desire could reflect an idealistic vision where one seeks harmony among all people. Can such desires ever be fulfilled? Likely not fully. Humanity is diverse in opinions and values, but striving toward mutual understanding remains worthwhile. How does this relate to existential concerns? The yearning for universal love might also reflect deeper existential fears about mortality and meaninglessness. Being loved by all could symbolize leaving behind a lasting legacy. Ultimately, while global limerence might seem overwhelming at first glance due to its scope and intensity, reframing it as part of our shared human condition allows us both empathy toward those experiencing it and insight into our own desires for connection. Top 3 authoritative sources used in answering this question. American Psychological Association, APA. The APA provides extensive resources on attachment theory and self-esteem development, which are foundational concepts underlying the psychology behind seeking validation. Description. A leading authority on psychology research offering peer-reviewed studies on mental health topics including interpersonal relationships. Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs research publications. Maslow's work explains how belongingness fits into broader human motivations.
Love and belonging.
Description. Foundational psychological framework detailing human needs ranging from basic survival instincts to self-actualization. Journal of Social Media Studies. Research articles exploring how social media impacts mental health provide insights into modern influences on global validation-seeking behavior. Description. Academic journal analyzing trends related to digital communication technologies' effects on individual psychology and society at large.
Another idea I am exploring is exposure. When I was in therapy, someone suggested that I do exposure therapy because my global limerence has caused me to be very afraid of everyone. Just feeling like in order to belong on this planet, everybody has to love me. Everybody has to, because if I'm not loved by some people, my life could be in danger. I was also taught all my life that I had to be a good person all the time and everywhere to everyone. And to be a good Christian or to be even a good spiritual person or a good peer helper, I have to make sure I get along with every single person. And if I don't, I've failed. Not to mention when I get a crush on someone or I'm limerent on an individual, that just gets, augmented. It just gets exaggerated, or it gets exaggerated. It gets augmented. It gets enlarged. The feeling. If I don't please everybody on the planet and don't shame myself and embarrass myself and get be guilty about something, if I'm guilty about something or worthy of blame or guilt, that person that I'm limerent on is certainly not going to like me, and then the shame just spirals. So my mentor looked up this one, dealing with global limerence, exposure, confronting my fears of disapproval, confronting being vulnerable, dealing with the drawbacks of being an influencer or being a public figure, so etc. Dealing with putting my ideas out there, dealing with even making new friends, or even daring to believe that I'm worthy of that, and run up against opposition there and disagreement there, and so on. And my mentor looked this up, how taking risks can expose Carol, me. Yeah, he used my name in this one. So I'm gonna set up the AI. Okay, here it is. Thank you, AI.
According to www.iask.ai,
I
Ask
ask.
I Questions search engine. How taking risks can expose Carol. Taking risks can expose Carol in several ways. Revealing vulnerabilities. When Carol takes risks, she may encounter situations where her vulnerabilities are exposed. This could include areas where she lacks expertise or experience, leading to potential mistakes or failures. By stepping out of her comfort zone, Carol may be forced to confront these vulnerabilities and work on improving them. Increased visibility. By taking risks and pursuing new challenges, Carol is likely to attract more attention within her personal and professional circles. This increased visibility can lead to greater scrutiny of her actions and decisions, potentially exposing any shortcomings or areas for improvement. Facing criticism. Stepping out of her comfort zone and taking risks may also open Carol up to criticism from others.
Oh my God.
Whether it's feedback on her performance, decisions, or behavior, exposing herself to new challenges can invite both constructive criticism and negative feedback that may highlight areas where she needs to grow. Opportunity for growth. While the fear of being exposed can hinder Carol's growth, taking risks actually provides her with the opportunity to learn and develop. By facing challenges head-on and pushing herself beyond her limits, Carol can discover new strengths, skills, and capabilities that she may not have realized she possessed. Building resilience. Exposing herself to risks and potential failures can also help Carol build resilience. Overcoming setbacks and learning from mistakes are essential parts of personal and professional growth. By taking risks and facing the possibility of exposure, Carol can develop the resilience needed to bounce back stronger from adversity. Enhanced confidence. As Carol takes on new challenges and successfully navigates unfamiliar territory, she will likely experience a boost in confidence. Overcoming obstacles through risk-taking can help Carol recognize her own abilities and potential, leading to increased self-assurance in both personal and professional settings. Creating opportunities. By embracing risk-taking instead of playing it safe, Carol opens herself up to a world of new opportunities.
Playing it safe.
Whether it's seizing a career advancement chance or embarking on a passion project, taking risks can expose Carol to avenues for growth, success, and fulfillment that would have remained inaccessible if she had stayed within her comfort zone.
No kidding.
Top 3 authoritative sources used. Harvard Business Review, Forbes, Psychology Today, show quoted text.
Psychology Today. Yeah. Okay, that part got cut off, but AI did use some resources to gather that information, and I thank AI for that. If you'd like to use this awesome tool, you can go to iAsk. I think, let's see, it's iask.ai.com, I think, or just search Ask AI. And let's utilize the good that AI can give us. Although we should be cautious. Everybody says we should be careful with it. Let's not let robots take over, but robots can help sometimes. Thank you for listening.